What number does it line?
46.
Let's hear it. I want to know.
It said Sean.
Sorry, what?
32. 36. My guess is 36 around there.
What book of the Bible is John?
Come on, Siri. Come on.
How many books of the Bible?
Come on, Siri.
We should get John. Wait. John. His name was John. She was like, John.
What is it?
Told me it was John.
What is it?
Wait, isn't this John?
43.
Jared's got it. It's 43. I should
Is
have
it 43?
I didn't know the answer because I just thought of it right now. So
My guess off the bat was 41, so I was pretty good.
everybody give Jared a round of applause. My love and affection. Can I trade in the prize I have won?
Yeah, what's the traded value of your love and affection?
You guys tell me that. But the series that we're going to start tonight and be in for a little bit is on the book of John. So it's going to be through, we're going to journey through the book of John. It'll be up there, I promise. So to start off this series, we're going to go chapter by chapter. So tonight, we're going to be talking about John
36.
1.
John 3:16, that was awesome. To start us off, I want to tell you guys a story from when I was in 6th grade. But before I tell my story of when I was in 6th grade, I figured I had to show you a picture from when I was in 6th grade. This is me in 6th grade. That is 6th grade Daniel. I think that was like summer after 6th grade Daniel. That's me. It is. It's all I have. Can anyone tell me the similarities?
No.
I hear no. Okay, so my story from when I was in 6th grade, I went to Charlottewood. Shh, listen up, guys, listen up. I just want your attention for 10 whole minutes. 10 whole minutes. Can I do that?
What'd you do?
I did. Can I have that? Can I have your attention for 10 whole
Yeah.
minutes?
I thought you said I went to 6th grade for 10 minutes.
It felt like 10 minutes. I probably paid attention for 10 minutes. So when I was in 6th grade, it was PE class. There were these two guys named Dawson and Jason. And Dawson and Jason were best friends. And they were kind of like the cool guys. They were super into sports. They were very athletic. Everyone knew them, and some people loved them. They were like the cool guys, okay? And so Dawson and Jason and I grew up together at elementary school, and we had a couple disagreements. We didn't really get along. We didn't really like each other. But so Dawson and Jason were the team captains for dodgeball. Our PE teacher said, hey, you guys are going to be the captains because he wanted to split them up. So they were picking teams. So they were picking teams, and people were being picked left and right, one right after another. And so I was thinking to myself, humbly, of course, why is it taking so long for me to be picked? Because I was athletic, I played sports, I generally was picked earlier. And I was like, why in the world am I being picked so late? Like, what's going on? So I was upset because I knew that Dawson and Jason were purposely not picking me because they didn't like me. And so I was really upset because I'm like, I'm not going to get picked because these guys just don't like me. They're not picking people based off of skill just because they don't like me. So it was down to this girl named Felicia and myself. No, that was her name. That was really her name.
I believe you.
So it's down to this girl, Felicia, and myself. Now, Felicia had a broken arm.
Oh.
Felicia's arm was in a cast. Can you guess what color it was?
Pink!
Pink! It was super bright pink. It had names written all over it. Not only was it in a cast, it was on her right arm, and she threw with her right arm. So it's on her throwing arm. Not only was it in one of those really hard casts and had the thumb so she can't throw, it's in a sling! It's like this! She can't move her arm. She can go like this, but she cannot throw. And then someone's like, try to throw lefty. And it's like disgusting to know how bad it was. She physically could not throw. And so I'm thinking to myself, absolutely no way am I being picked after Felicia. It just won't happen. Like, I'm good. I love dodgeball and I can play dodgeball. No way am I being picked after Felicia.
Yeah.
So I thought to myself, come on, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. No matter how much Dawson and Jason dislike me, they're not stupid. They're not going to pick broken arm Felicia, bless her heart, before me. So Dawson was about to pick, right? And right as he opened his mouth, I was staring right at him, and right as he opened his mouth, I took a small step forward because I'm like, he's gonna pick me. And who did he pick?
Felicia! You!
Dawson picked Felicia. So,
That's hard.
not only, I felt really dumb for multiple reasons. Not only did I feel dumb because I was picked last, I've never been picked last until then. It was really sad. Not only was I picked after a girl who literally could not use her arm, she was literally just a target practice on the court. Not only was I picked last, picked after a girl with a broken arm in a sling, pink and writing all over it, of course. As I said, when Dawson opened his mouth, what'd I do?
You step forward.
I took a small step forward because I'm cocky and think I'm gonna get picked right then. And people saw it. People saw that I had taken that small step forward to not be picked.
They laughed at you?
They laughed at me. But you guys know what the suckiest thing about being picked last is? You're not even picked.
Yeah.
You're not even picked. I mean, like, there's no other options. I don't know why I'm still holding my arm like it's in a sling. It just felt right. It just felt right. It just felt right. Not only did I do all of those things and take that step forward, but I wasn't even picked. When you're picked last, it's not even a pick. It's not even a selection. You're just given.
The leftovers.
You're the leftovers. You're just given to the other team. So, I'm not saying if you're picked last, your life's gonna end. It's not. I'm fine. I'm obviously fine. But that day was one of the worst days of my 6th grade year because of that. Because Dawson and Jason were so mean to me and made me just wait there and picked me after Felicia. It's okay. I'm over it. So my heart sank. I was so bummed about the whole situation, all the events, and that stupid step forward that I took that I should never have done. So, just for the record, I probably had the best game of dodgeball in my entire life because I was so angry. Just getting because it was Dawson. I was getting Dawson out every single time he came in. Like, he got out and I was waiting at the line for him to come back in. Like, I'm gonna get, hi, you're out again. Get a ball, wait. Oh, you're out again. I did not like him at that point.
Did you ever like him again?
I haven't seen him since, like, April. But yes, if I saw him on the street today, I would give him the biggest old bear hug.
You wouldn't like get a dodgeball?
I might make a joke about getting a dodgeball. So as we start our series going through John, obviously tonight we're going to look at John chapter 1. And so we're going to read the next chapter and the next chapter and the next chapter after that. So tonight I want us to look at John chapter 1. We're not going to read the entire thing. That would take a little bit and it'd be a lot for you guys to remember. But we're going to read a couple parts of it, okay? Can I get someone to read this first verse? Let me hear it, Sammy.
The whole paragraph?
Yep.
Okay. He came to that which... Oh, okay. No, reread it. Okay. 11. He came to that which was his own, but his own did not receive him. 12. Yet to all who did receive him, to those who believed in his name, he gave the right to become child of God. 13. Children born not of natural descent, nor of human decision or a husband's will, but born of God.
Thank you.
I'm not good at
Reading?
speaking.
That's all right. I'm so happy that you still offered to. Thank you for doing that. So I bolded children of God. So what I got from this part that I specifically loved about this was that if you look kind of right in the middle, yet to all who did receive him, to those who believed in his name, to those who believed in Jesus' name, he gave the right. Not just like, oh, I'm going to give this to you, Caleb, like, I'm just going to give this to you, Lydia, like, or like, oh, like, you get your last name because your parents, like, you're not just like given something. You are given the right. You guys know what human rights are, like the Bill of Rights. When you're born an American citizen, you have rights. Like, you are given those. God, Jesus is giving us the right to be children of God. I just want you guys to see how, like, powerful that is, that we have the right to be children of God. So we are chosen. That's what tonight's message is all about, is we are chosen to be children of God. So I've got another verse that I want us to read. Anyone else want to read this one? Here, Jack.
When the two disciples heard him say this, they followed Jesus. Turning around, Jesus saw them following and asked, "What do you want?" They said, "Rabbi, where are you staying?" "Come," he replied, "and you will see."
Come. Thank you, Jackson. Come and you will see.
No problem.
So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of background on kind of like the time and what it meant for some of these guys around then. But what I love about that verse, you don't have to put it back up again. Come and you will see. Jesus doesn't actually, Jesus knows this guy because he's God and he knows everybody. But this guy did not know Jesus. He had not met Jesus yet. But Jesus still said, "Come and you will see." He gave him an invitation. He chose him to come and follow him. Before this guy's thinking, he doesn't even know me. He actually does. But both of those verses show us and tell us that we are chosen. So going backwards a little bit, as I said, I want to give you guys a little bit of background. So every Jewish boy in this time grew up dreaming to be a rabbi. So you guys grew up dreaming, I want to be an actor, I want to be a musician, I want to be an athlete, I want to be a teacher, this. You guys grew up dreaming of these things. You guys have grown up dreaming to be, some of you might be the same thing, but not all of you would grow up dreaming to be the same thing. Well, every Jewish boy pretty much grew up dreaming to be a rabbi. That was like the one prized thing to be. So they grew up their whole life studying Torah, was their scripture, there was more parts to it. They grew up reading and memorizing this scripture. So when I say memorizing, you guys study for a test, right? You guys study and try to memorize the material as much as you can. Do you ever know every little bit of your chapter word for word? No, that's insane. Yes, did you say yes? Do you actually memorize every part of your chapter word for word?
Chapter?
I wouldn't put it past you, Kate Ryder. Hey, you know what? You can be a rabbi. So there's 3 steps to being a rabbi. Step 1, I have the steps up here. We're going to sound it out together. Step 1 is called Bet Sefer. Everybody say Bet Sefer. Bet Sefer. Your dad was one who told me about this.
Yeah, we get Judaism in my class.
Cool. So Bet Sefer. Everybody, 1, 2, 3. Bet Sefer. Okay, so Bet Sefer is they had to memorize the first 5 books of the Bible called the Torah.
Word by word.
Word for word. So if I said, hey, what's Genesis 3:6? Boom, you would say it to me. What's Genesis 4:1? Boom, you would have to say the words to me. You would have to literally say it to me.
Wait, but if it said like,
What is it?
if you just said would you get wrong?
Yes.
So it's all, I'm going to get there, it's all up to the rabbi. So, but first step is you have to memorize the first 5 books. That's step 1.
Torah. Wait.
Next step 2, called Bet Midrash. Everybody say it. 1, 2, 3. Bet Midrash.
I think it's memorized books 6 to 10 minutes.
That is, you have to memorize the rest of the minor and major prophets, so the rest of their scriptures. Again, word for word. Word for word. Does that not blow your minds? Because it sure does me.
It does. I used to have a question about that.
Yeah.
Well, did back then they had like different types of Bible, like NIV or?
No. No, they had to memorize it in Hebrew. So, continuing, they had to memorize the rest of that book, word for word. I'm gonna blaze through this, okay, Grace? I'm gonna get through this part. Step 3 is called Bet Talmud. Talmud. That's how I say it. It's called every 1, 2, 3. Bet Talmud. So, this is the last and final step, okay? This is when the student or the person memorizing the scripture goes to the rabbi. Says, hey, I want to be your student. He says, hey, I want to be your student, Rabbi. What he's really saying is, I want to be like you. Colton, I want to be like you if you're the rabbi. So the rabbi will test them. This step is called, not the step, but being the student is called Talmud, I think it's Mudin. Talmudim. So they would go to the rabbi, and the rabbi would test them. There's no actual formatted test that he has to do. But he would say, hey, what's John, this is not the actual scripture, it's just an example. What's Matthew, whatever.